Indefinite integration, problem 2. Let f of x be the function 1 over 1 plus e to the power of x. The domain of this function is the set of real numbers, called the real numbers. Find the integral I, which is this indefinite integral. So how do we solve this problem? This is a little bit tricky. What we have to do is to add and subtract in the numerator e to the power of x. So I have the integral. So in the numerator, I can write e to the e plus 1 plus e to the power of x minus e to the power of x. And in the denominator, have e to the power of x plus 1. So I can split the integral. Here I can simplify the expression. So it's the integral of 1 dx minus the integral e to the power of x over e to the power of x plus 1 dx. So how can I write this further? How can I further expand this? So this can be written as the integral of x prime, so it's the derivative with respect to x, dx, minus the integral. The numerator can be written as e to the power of x plus 1 derivative. So this is x minus, this is the natural logarithm of e to the power of x plus 1, and I have a constant of integration c. So my integral here is x minus natural logarithm of e to the power of x plus 1 plus the constant c. You can check if the result is correct by going towards an opposite direction. So you take the derivative of x minus natural logarithm of e to the power of x plus 1, of course, plus the derivative of the constant, which is 0. So this is 1 minus 1 over e to the power of x plus 1, e to the power of x plus 1 derivative. So this is 1 minus e to the x over 1 plus e to the x. I need to have a common denominator, so it's e to the x plus 1 minus e to the x over 1 plus e to the power of x. So I get 1 over 1 plus e to the power of x. So I get back to my function. So this is to verify. Let's make a recapitulation. So we have the function, and the domain of this function is the and minus infinity to infinity. What I do is I employ a little trick in the numerator. So I write 1 as 1 plus e to the x minus e to the x. I split the integrals and I have to compute simpler integrals, integral of dx minus the integral of e to the x over e to the x plus 1. The first integral is just the identity function. The second integral is a composite function, is the natural logarithm of e to the power of x plus 1. And I always add the constant of integration c. If I want to check that my result is correct, then I take the derivative of my expression x minus ln x ln e to the power of x plus 1 plus c. I take the derivative of this, and this gives me 1, because the derivative of the identity function is equal to 1. And the derivative of the natural logarithm, where the argument is a function, is 1 over e to the power of x plus 1 times e to the power of x plus 1 derivative. As a consequence, by making a common denominator, by having a common denominator, in the numerator I obtain 1, and in the denominator I have 1 plus e to the power of x. Hence, my result is correct. You can always do that to check if the integral that you have computed is correct. Thank you very much for your time and have a nice weekend.